Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Sam went with Miguel to Mexico during the events of Cobra Kai Season 5? So spoilers for Cobra Kai Season 5, you have been warned. So this timeline will follow the events of What If Piper beats Sam. If you guys haven't seen that video, I would recommend you go watch it before continuing this one. So in this timeline, Sam would decide to go to Mexico with Miguel, so Sam and Miguel would get on a bus to Mexico. Daniel and Johnny would both find out that Sam and Miguel had run away, so Johnny and Daniel would go to Mexico to try to find them, and Robbie would go with them, but Johnny would only tell Robbie that it was Sam that had run away. Daniel would be happy to see Robbie there, and once they get to Mexico, Miguel and Sam would still ask the surfers for directions, and while Miguel was distracted, Sam would notice that they were trying to steal his bag, so Sam would push the surfer away. She would learn from her mistakes at the All Valley, and she would strike first. So Miguel and Sam would fight the surfers in this timeline, much like Johnny and Robbie did in the original timeline, and they would get Miguel's bag back, and Miguel and Sam would want to look for Miguel's dad, and Miguel and Sam would still find the first Hector. But Hector's men would want Miguel to leave, but they would want Sam to stay, so they would grab Sam's arm, but Sam would push Hector's men off of her, and more men would want to attack Miguel and Sam, but Miguel and Sam would fight them off, and they would get out of there, and Sam and Miguel would continue looking for Miguel's dad, and Sam would slowly realize that she made an impulse decision by going to Mexico with Miguel, so Sam would call Daniel in this timeline, and she would explain everything. Daniel would be happy to hear Sam, and Daniel would inform them that they were on their way, and he would accidentally tell Sam that Robbie was with them. Sam would be surprised, and she would tell Miguel, and Miguel would be angry that Robbie was on his way. This is also when Robbie would realize that they were also looking for Miguel, and Robbie would be upset at Johnny and Daniel. But much like in the original timeline, Robbie would want to make things right by trying to find them, and Sam would end the call with Daniel, and Daniel would track Sam's phone. This is when Miguel would find his dad, and he would tell Sam, so Sam and Miguel would follow him, and Miguel would still save Luis from getting run over, and this is when Miguel would still meet his father, so Hector would invite Miguel and Sam to stay at their house, and the events of Season 5 would carry on. Miguel would still want to tell Hector that he was his son, but he still wouldn't know how to do it, and he would still be angry at his mom for lying to him about Hector. Daniel, Robbie, and Johnny would show up at Hector's house, and they would confront Hector about Miguel, and they would reveal that Miguel was his son. Hector would be surprised, and Miguel would see Robbie at the door. He would be mad that Robbie was there, and since Miguel hadn't found out the truth about his father, Miguel wouldn't want to go with them, and Hector wouldn't let Miguel leave, so Johnny would fight Hector with the help of Daniel and Robbie, but Miguel would be defending his father, and he would fight Robbie, so Robbie and Miguel would fight, and it would be a similar fight to the fight they had in Season 5, but in this timeline, Miguel wouldn't show any mercy, and he would break Robbie's arm, and once Robbie was defeated, Sam would step in, and she would start fighting Miguel, but Miguel wouldn't want to fight Sam, and he would stand down, and Sam and Miguel would break up. Miguel would tell Johnny that he doesn't want to see him, so Johnny, Daniel, Robbie, and Sam would leave, and Daniel would take Sam and Robbie back to the US, but Johnny would stay in Mexico for a bit longer, and Miguel and Hector would start bonding, and eventually Miguel would find out the truth about Hector, so Miguel would decide to leave, and he would go with Johnny, so Johnny would take Miguel back to the US, and the events of Season 5 would carry on. Daniel would still shut down Miyagi-Do, but he wouldn't get chosen in this timeline, and since he almost lost Sam in Mexico, he wasn't gonna let that happen again, so he wouldn't want to fight Terry Silver in this timeline. He would realize that family was more important, and Johnny would try to resolve things between Miguel and Robbie, but in this timeline, Robbie and Miguel would stay enemies, and without Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai would continue to grow, and that is where I'm gonna end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Sam went with Miguel to Mexico during the events of Cobra Kai Season 5? Let me know in the comments below. All members have access to emojis that can be used in comments and live streams. This isn't mandatory. This is only something extra. If you want to support the channel even more, YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.